Welcome to my channel, where we explore the mind, motivation, and inner growth. Today, we will continue with part 2 of how to raise the motivation. What kills motivation? We often think that laziness is the main enemy of motivation, but the truth is, laziness is usually just a mask. Beneath it, there are deeper forces at work. And if we don't uncover them, they silently steal our energy until we feel stuck, powerless, and defeated. Let's talk about the 4 greatest enemies of motivation. 1. Fear. Fear is perhaps the strongest. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of not being enough. Imagine this. You have an idea, a business, a project, maybe even a dream trip. Your heart races with excitement. But the moment you picture yourself doing it, another voice whispers, "What if you fail? What if people laugh? What if you lose everything?" And suddenly, the fire inside you turns to ashes. I remember when I first wanted to publish something I had written. I was terrified. I thought people would say, "Who do you think you are? You're not good enough." For weeks, I hesitated. But eventually, I pressed publish. And to my surprise, people resonated with it. Some even said it inspired them. The fear was a lie, a shadow. The truth is, fear never disappears. But courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is deciding to move forward with fear walking beside you. The second enemy is overwhelm. Sometimes our goals are so big that they look like mountains. We stand at the bottom, look up, and think, "I'll never make it." Imagine a student who dreams of becoming a doctor. 12 years of study, endless exams, sleepless nights. If she looks at the entire journey at once, it feels impossible. But if she focuses on just today's class, today's assignment, the mountain turns into small, climbable steps. Overwhelm kills motivation by convincing us that the journey is too long. But remember, you don't climb a mountain in one leap. You climb it step by step. A silent killer of motivation. So many people never start because they want everything to be perfect. They rewrite the plan 100 times, waiting for the right moment. But here's the truth. There is no perfect moment. Waiting for perfection is like waiting for the wind to stop before you set sail. It will never happen. A friend of mine wanted to start a YouTube channel. For 2 years, he told me he was preparing, buying equipment, learning editing, studying algorithms, but he never uploaded a single video. Another friend, with just a phone and no editing skills, uploaded weekly. Guess who grew faster? The one who started messy. Done is better than perfect. 4. Negative environment. Sometimes motivation doesn't die inside us. It gets stolen by those around us. Think of the times you shared a dream with someone, and they laughed or told you it was impossible. Maybe you heard, "Be realistic." That's not for people like us. Words are powerful. They plant seeds. And if we're not careful, those seeds of doubt can grow into chains that keep us from moving forward. But here's the good news. Just as negativity is contagious, so is passion. Surround yourself with people who believe in you, and your motivation will rise naturally. 5. Burnout. Sometimes it's not fear, not laziness, not negativity. Sometimes it's just exhaustion. We live in a culture that glorifies hustling. Work harder, sleep less, grind more. But when your body and mind are drained, motivation disappears. There was a period when I worked nonstop, thinking rest was weakness. At first, I felt productive. But soon, I was so empty that I couldn't even enjoy the success I had created. Motivation isn't about burning out. It's about sustaining energy for the long run. Rest is not the opposite of motivation. Rest is the fuel for motivation. So what kills motivation? Fear, overwhelm, perfectionism, negative environment, burnout. Once you recognize these enemies, you can fight them. You can replace fear with courage, overwhelm with small steps, perfectionism with progress, negativity with inspiration, and burnout with renewal. Motivation doesn't die on its own. It's stolen. But once you know the thieves, you can protect your fire. How to reignite motivation. Now that we know the enemies, let us talk about the weapons, the tools we can use to reignite motivation when it fades. These aren't just theories. These are practices you can use today, in your daily life, no matter where you are on your journey. 1. The power of small steps. Motivation follows action, not the other way around. When I wanted to start exercising again, I told myself, just put on your shoes. That's it. No pressure to run a marathon, just shoes. But once they were on, I thought, maybe I'll just walk outside. One walk led to another, and soon I had a full routine. Think of a goal you have. Break it down into the tiniest step possible. Then commit to that step today. 2. Connect to your why. Your why is your ultimate fuel. Without it, you'll quit when things get hard. A man wanted to lose weight, but he failed many times. Then one day, his daughter asked, "Daddy, will you be at my wedding?" That question pierced his heart. His new why wasn't just about looking good. It was about living long enough to walk his daughter down the aisle. That deeper why gave him unstoppable strength. Write down 5 reasons you want your goal. Cross out the shallow ones. Circle the one that makes your heart beat faster. That's your why. 3. Visualization. The mind is powerful. Top athletes use visualization before every game. They imagine the victory, the feeling, the success. Before my first big talk, I closed my eyes every night and pictured the audience smiling, clapping, connecting. When the day came, it felt familiar, almost like déjà vu. Close your eyes. Imagine yourself succeeding at your goal. Picture it in detail. The sounds, the faces, the emotions. The brain doesn't know the difference between imagined and real success. It will believe you can do it. 4. Discipline. Over motivation. Motivation is fragile. Discipline is solid. Writers don't write because they're always inspired. They write because they made a commitment. Athletes don't train only when they feel like it. They train because discipline carries them when motivation is absent. Create non-negotiables. Example: I will write 10 minutes every day no matter what. Or, I will walk 5 minutes every morning. These small, unbreakable rules build discipline muscles. 5. Environment matters. Your environment shapes your energy. A plant grows differently in the desert than in a garden. So do we. If you surround yourself with negativity, your motivation withers. If you surround yourself with energy, your motivation blooms. Practical tip: audit your circle. Ask, do the people around me inspire me or drain me? Adjust your environment accordingly. 6. Celebrate small wins. We are often so focused on the finish line that we forget to celebrate the steps along the way. When I was learning a language, I celebrated the first time I ordered coffee successfully. It wasn't fluency, but it was progress. That small celebration gave me the joy to keep going. At the end of every day, write down one small win, even if it's tiny. Over time, you'll see that you're building a staircase of victories. 7. Gratitude as fuel. Gratitude doesn't just make us feel good, it boosts motivation. When you appreciate what you already have, you generate energy to go after more. A runner who feels gratitude for their body is more likely to keep training than someone who only criticizes their flaws. Exercise. Each morning, write down 3 things you're grateful for. Let gratitude set the tone for your motivation. Motivation is not one thing. It's a toolkit. Small steps create momentum. Your why gives you power. Visualization programs your brain for success. Discipline carries you when you're tired. Environment lifts or lowers you. Small wins keep you joyful. Gratitude keeps you grounded. Together, these tools create a system. A way of living where motivation isn't something you wait for. It's something you build. And when you learn to build motivation, you stop being at the mercy of moods, circumstances, or other people's opinions. You become unstoppable. Thank you for watching. If this inspired you, make sure to subscribe and check out the next video for even more motivation and growth.